I was in a bit of a dilemma about whether I should come forward with this or not, because I didn't want to bring another black creator down or anything like that. But at the end of the day, the weight of his crime means that my loyalty stands with his ex-girlfriend, the mother of his child, and I'm going to expose him, okay? He had a chance to come on here and be honest, or at least say, it's a personal matter that he got entangled with. Didn't have to give details, but at least paying respect to her, by not pretending that it was the CIA out to get him or whatever he went with. He chose that narrative, and I think that's wrong. So I'm going to expose him. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you the receipts, okay? The bully slayer, turns out, is just a bully, and the bully got slayed, which is why he went away. He went away for domestic abuse. Now, here are the receipts before we get started. His real name is Shadrach Pennant. Yep, this guy, you know him. And he's made no secret of his name, because when he went away, he released this, confirming his name, where you can write him lovely letters of encouragement, because he was playing the narrative that they had got him because of his content, right? Now I'm going to show you what he really went to jail for. And trigger warning, this is shocking. A Nottingham father who subjected his on-off partner to a catalogue of horrific abuse has been jailed for more than 2 years and banned from contacting her for a decade. Now, let's just focus on these words here. Catalogue, horrific abuse. This is no small thing. Nottingham Crown Court heard how, during his offending, Shadrach Pennant, we've already identified, who has a history of violence towards women, told the victim he was going to body bag, kidnap, and grape her. Yeah, it gets worse. So in a series of chilling voice messages, the defendant, who lives in Hyson Green, told how he was a real gangster, a ragamuffin, and would punch her face out. Punch her face out. In a victim impact, the woman told how she fears she will die at Pennant's hands and needs to move her and their son away from the city to somewhere he won't be able to find them. So not only is it bad enough that he's doing this to a woman, okay, but it's the mother of his child. I mean, this is unforgivable. And we need to stop shielding men like him, Chris Brown, who put their hands on women with a history of violence, from facing the real consequences just because we like their content. It's just crazy. And it's bad enough that he has a kid with her, but the fact that he's got a son who looks at this as his only example. Sit tight, okay, there's a bit more. Jailing the 37-year-old for 2 years and 3 months, Judge James Sampson said, "Your record of violence against women is very troubling indeed, and your pre-sentence report concludes that you are a danger to women, particularly those you form a relationship with." Okay. So, just skimming here now for the key details. So, they'd been in an on-off relationship since 2016. They have an 8-year-old son together. And after being away for some time, he wanted to get regular access to his son, so they began seeing each other again. Prosecutor said, "She said at first things were all right, but then became abusive and threatening, centered around him being paranoid that she had been unfaithful. He left his phone in a taxi, surreptitiously recording a conversation between her and the taxi driver. Whenever she went back to his flat, he would sniff at her. And by July 23, he was sending her threatening text messages." I'm not sure what that means by he would sniff at her. I mean, unless that means literally, but that's a bit weird. Now, in one message, he said that he would murk her, which means, unaliving her. That's kind of a slang. He threatened to grape and kidnap her in another message, saying that "I'm going to make sure you get all you deserve." Right? The defendant said in one of his voice notes, "I like fighting, I like beating up people. Please recognize the real from the fake, a real man, a real gangster, because that's what I am." Then there was an argument between them in which he put his arm across her face, shouting that he was going to body bag her. Now, he pleaded guilty on the first day of what was supposed to be his trial. Okay? He pled guilty to controlling and coercive behavior. He has 11 prior convictions for 27 offenses, including a history of violence against women. This is absolutely shocking. In his ex's statement, she said, "I was petrified knowing what he was capable of. I need to leave Nottingham behind because of what Shad has done to me. He is obsessed with me. He can't leave me alone. I feel the only way to feel safe is to leave Nottinghamshire and move somewhere Shad does not know. Okay? Now, Shadrach's lawyer said that his client's drug and alcohol intake was behind the offending. He said he's ashamed of what he has done. Some people are not meant to be together. The relationship was toxic. So as well as the jail term, as we already mentioned, he's also been given a 10-year restraining order. Guys, I am not making this up. It's right there on the internet. These kind of things have to be made public record, and I think it's appalling that he has not even hinted at his so-called remorse by at least honoring her in some way. I'm not saying he had to, lay it all out for us, but as I said, it's just a respectful nod towards something that happened that was domestic. Would have been a sign of a real man. Well, we can't really use that categorization because he beats women and then lies about it to his public. So I just have one question for you, bully slayer, Shadrach. Why? Why? You said you like beating up people, and yet it's always women in particular that you end up beating. Is that because they can't fight you back? Is that because you're not a bully slayer at all, but you're actually a coward? I would love to know what your response to this is. And as I said, his channel was great, but it doesn't justify or mitigate what he is and what he's done. He's a monster, and that's very clear. His baby mother will tell you so. So that's not me saying that alone. Very disappointing, because you are a black man and you do have a responsibility with your platform to do better, and to set an example to your own son. Never mind us. I mean, what is your son supposed to make of this? Next time you see your son, what, he's going to be 18? I mean, this is mind blown. So yeah, I mean, do with that what you will, guys. I'd like to know what you think about this, and I'm sure we'll have loads of red pill bros in the comments saying horrible things about this woman and how she probably deserved it and all kinds of craziness, or just defending him like you do with Chris Brown and Diddy and all these other celebs who you turn a blind eye to their crimes because you like their stuff. We as an audience need to do better as well, and so I'm starting that today with holding him accountable. We need some accountability here. Like and follow for more, and don't forget to share this video because domestic abuse is never okay.